I just wish I could have had that conversation with him and like heard him say, hey, I'm really proud of you. Like that's what I miss the most. God, I'm actually getting emotional right now. That's what I miss the most about him. Make room for the talent.
Can we get one of those blankets though? This is what we do on a Saturday afternoon.
We're
so many
cool.
friends.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Mike Show.
It's always the Mike Show. I've accepted it at this point.
So this one's been sick all week. I don't know if you've told from his Instagram. If you don't follow him on Instagram, look below.
He's getting so good at the plugs.
And now I have caught whatever.
Yeah, I literally at this point whatever I have.
Today is the 16-year anniversary of my dad passing away.
And this video isn't meant to be sad or make anyone cry or emotional, but Mike is the strongest person I've ever met, and he's the most incredible man I've ever met, and I know that he wouldn't be the way that he is if it wasn't for the life that he's lived. So we thought that, one, those that follow us consistently get to know a little bit more about Mike, but two, those that do already follow us or don't even know who we are, hopefully from this video you can take away some of what Mike found to help with losing someone that meant so much to him.
I think the best route is for you to ask questions and for me to like answer. Because you're gonna see all my nervous twitches like during this video.
I would say first off, can you tell them how he passed away and what happened that day?
I mean, I literally remember everything about that day. Usually my dad drove my brother to school, my mom drove me to school. And that day my mom was like, hey, I'm taking you and your brother to school because your dad's not feeling well. The secretary of the school came to the door and like the teacher went and answered and she's like, I need to see Mike Van Riechem. So she took me to the office and she's like, your godfather's coming to pick you up. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. I had this moment where I was like, oh my God, like my dad is like really sick. Like, there's something actually really bad. And I just started crying in the middle of the hallway, and it was like between classes, so everyone was walking by, and it was like, people were like, are you okay? What's going on? And I went to the hospital, and all of my dad's friends were like lining the walkway getting in. It was just this like somber moment. And then I saw my mom, and she was crying, and then I knew like something bad had happened. She was like, listen, your dad, there's a, like, she put it into layman's terms for us, but she was like, there was a blood vessel in your dad's brain that burst, and he's in intensive care on life support at the moment, and if he makes it out of this, like, everything's gonna be different. We're gonna have to teach him how to like walk, teach him how to eat, teach him how like everything was gonna be totally different. It was just such a drastic change of events. Like there was no lead up, there wasn't any like, you know, I didn't get to say goodbye or any of that stuff. It was just like a drastic, like, life is this way one moment, next way it's a different moment.
And I know we talked about this being like 16 years to the day of his passing.
Yeah.
Has it gotten easier?
Yes and no. I haven't forgotten. I never forget. He's with me every day. It's kind of like when you get like a cut or a wound or something like that. Like you first have a scab, and then that heals, and then it turns into a scar, and you like know it's always there, but it becomes, you like learn how to live life with it.
I know personally that you changed once your dad passed away. How did you change?
The biggest thing was I went from being like a naive kid to like a somewhat understanding of the world young adult at 12. So I lost a lot of my childhood. I had this view on the world of like, it's not always gonna be fair and it's not always gonna be easy, but you kind of just figure out a way to make it work. And I think I learned a lot of that from my mom too.
Can you maybe share how your relationship was with your dad before he passed away?
Yeah, I say this all the time to him privately, but I think that our dads would have been actually best friends because his dad's an incredible human being and puts others before himself, and I think my dad did the same, and I think that's some weird like, that's sort of like at the bottom what links us together. The story that perfectly sums up my dad was, so my dad had a soft spot in his heart for kids. And he found out about this program that flies kids to hospitals for medical treatment that they need and like direly need, but can't afford. And he immediately went out and got his pilot's license. Like that was like the thing he was dedicated to doing that. So that's who he was at the core. Like he cared about others more than anything.
What do you think is the biggest thing that your dad taught you?
I know what it is. A lot of who I am is like a mirror image of my dad. The way that like when you get sick or whenever anything happens, like I want to take care of you. Like that's who my dad was. So my dad every night cooked dinner. No matter what, every night we had like that time together. You and I do that. Like every night we have dinner together because like that's the thing where it's like we're both crazy, we're running around, we're all over Los Angeles, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this.
And sometimes I'll wait till like 9 p.m. when I get home from work.
Yeah, but it's like
ready
we're having dinner together.
I'm like, babe, you can eat. And he's like, no, I'm not going to eat without you.
I think it's like importance of quality time and like importance of quality time with those that you truly love. I think that's like the emphasis he put on me.
What is one thing that you wish you could tell your dad?
I'm gay. And I know he would never care. There's always just that asterisk in the back of my head of, I just wish I could have had that conversation with him and like heard him say, hey, I'm really proud of you. Like that's what I miss the most. God, I'm actually getting emotional right now. That's what I miss the most about him. And I just want him to have like that proud dad moment and be the recipient of the proud dad moment, to be like, yeah, yes I did do that. Like I'm badass. Like that's what I want. Oh God, that one actually got me.
I love you.
I love you.
Last question for those who might be watching that have lost someone, whether it's a parent or just someone extremely, extremely close to them. What advice or what would you like to say to any of them?
Don't shy away from those moments to cry because they're really important. Over time, it gets easier to deal with the day-to-day moments that remind you of that person. And at the same point, like, use the day that they passed away or birthday or whatever day you select that's important in their life as a day of celebration. Find a way to do something that you know they would be like excited to do with you and go do that thing.
Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for opening up to literally the world and just kind of sharing your story, because I know, one, like there's so many people out here that are watching this that genuinely care about you, but two, that genuinely care about someone else that they have lost. And again, hopefully that hearing you kind of talk and share your story may help them, you know, feel a tiny bit better, a tiny little bit less alone as they kind of go through their own journey of losing someone. So thank you all so much for watching. We love you all so much. I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Remember to subscribe to the channel and
remember to smile.
Because it's worth it.
Okay. You messed my hair up.
Okay.
Why would you do that?